ladies and gents, we're going to get our first glimpse of what we call a raised bog, an Irish bog. You can see it out to your right there now, just in between the trees. You can see the way the bank nearest us has been kind of chipped away at. It's a bit lower, just there on your right. So they're few and far between now, the bogs. And Ireland was kind of famous for its bogs, but a lot of them have been destroyed now over the years. And you know, traditionally our trees were cut down long ago, and we have no coal, we have no oil. So in the summer we cut turf, and the peats build up over thousands and thousands of years. You know, it takes thousands of years to get like a foot. It's kind of the mosses don't fully break down, and they turn into a kind of a peat. And traditionally in the summer, the man of the household, he'd cut the turf with like a little spade, and the kids that helped, they'd spread it and go back and turn it and dry it in the sun, and then you have to get it home at the end of the summer. But that's what kept us warm in the winter. So traditionally we tipped away the edges like that, and we didn't do too much damage because it's a pure wetland. You know, it's a biodiversity. And in recent years then machines got involved. You know, men started profiteering, and they just destroyed the bogs at a fast rate. So finally, being part of one of the pluses of being part of the European Union gave the Irish government a directive saying they had to preserve so many of these bogs, just a small percent, about 4%, and make them special areas of conservation. So that's what they did. They compensated anyone that was cutting on that bog, anyone that was cutting for their own personal use. Now very few people really need the turf, you know, it was more tradition. Most people have oil central heating now. A lot of it was the case of, you know, just as I say, tradition, or they had an elderly mother that just all her life she won't feel comfortable unless she had her shed full of turf for the winter. So they were compensated, and either cash for 15 years or a bog nearby. But not everyone was happy, and the law was broken. There was a bit of a standoff between the turf cutters, the profiteering lads, and the national parks and wildlife service. So there's actually court cases pending now as a result. So that's the bogs, but as I say, it's a pure biodiversity now, you know, it's fantastic. So hopefully there's a few left for the future. Now the biggest culprits were a government agency called Bord na Móna, and what they do is they strip all the vegetation. We'll see it later on the way home, should be still bright. They strip the vegetation off the top and drain it, and then they just skim the peat off the very top, and that's what goes to the garden centres for these grow bags and things.